Yeah, looks good. How about those lights?
And welcome, guys, to the Sports Card Lab. I am your host, Matthew M., and I'm here today to welcome you to the Sports Card Lab podcast slash vlog, whatever you want to call it. We're here today to start off what I am just so excited to do, which is talk about these cardboard photos that we just can't get enough of, and as collectors that we spend a lot of our time and a lot more of our money on collecting. I think it takes a collector to understand the real passion behind this, but I also think there's a story to be told with any card, with any collection. As you thumb through anyone's collection, there's a story that needs to be told, and that's part of what we'll be doing. We'll also be talking about the art of the flip and how you increase value without spending more money. In fact, starting today, we're going to start off with a little experiment. I will be using $100 cash, and that's all, to try and flip in 90 days to obtain a Michael Jordan Fleer rookie card. Now, why a Michael Jordan Fleer rookie card? Because I've never owned one. And I don't know why that is. I have a pretty decent collection, and I've just never had one of my favorite players of all time, the GOAT, Michael Jordan. I've just never had his rookie card. I mean, I have the card of the day. I just made that up. But we're going to do a card of the day. This is a Michael Jordan Air Jordan 11 sneaker autograph MJ. I mean, when do you get a card where the guy who signed it is also signing a Nike logo that just happens to be him? To me, this is a one-of-a-kind card. This is from Exquisite. I happen to be a huge fan of 90s cards. I'm a huge fan of Upper Deck and Topps. I really do look at cards as art. I mean, this display case behind me, I don't know if you guys can see it well, but I change it. I change it a lot, and I change it because I want it to tell a story and to reflect my mood or my feelings. And today I'm feeling very optimistic, not only because of this podcast, but also because of the NBA. I wasn't that bullish on the idea of the NBA coming back until I heard parts of the conference call, which took place with Adam Silver, the commissioner, and Chris Paul and some other players from the CBA. So it looks like we're going to have some championship playoff basketball in late June, early July, and all I could think of is rookies. This year's rookies. This year's rookie class is amazing, and it would be such a bummer if they weren't able to finish the season. So to celebrate the fact that I think we're going to have a season, this morning I just put together a bunch of my Zions and Jaws, and they're mostly the same card. They're mostly prism based. They're mostly PSA 10 prism bases. I mean, there's a couple silvers, a couple greens, but yeah, there's about 24 Jaws and Zions in that display case behind me that represent the future of the league, in my humble opinion. And I've mentioned tips and tricks, which will be a definite cornerstone to this show. When we're talking about rookies for this year, I think we're looking at one of the best rookie classes in the last decade or two. And for that reason, I'm stockpiling up on boxes of these. This year's Prism, I have opened about 25 boxes. I have a full case coming in tomorrow, which I plan on keeping and holding. If you look at last year's Prism with Luka and Trey, it's a great product, but you really only have Luka and Trey. This class, there's still so much potential. Yeah, you have Ja, yeah, you have Zion, and those two should go pound for pound with Luka and Trey, in my opinion. But then you have the Kobe Whites, the Rui Hachimuras, the Carson Edwards, the Brandon Clarks. I mean, it goes on and on. There's so much all-star potential in this draft, and you look back at what the price of 2018-19 Prism is going for right now, it's about $1,500. I just paid under $20,000 for 12 boxes of this year's Prism, which I think will double in value 1 year from now. I think it'll be worth twice as much. I think they'll be going for over $2,000 a box. So there's an early little tip for you guys. I think opening wax is one of the funnest things to do, but I also think it's one of the most reckless things to do, and you need to know, and you need to have the self-awareness to know when enough's enough. But when it comes to investing, if you can hold on to that wax and not open it, I think it's one of the best investments you can make because you really encapsulate the possibility of getting any card for any player, and people pay for that opportunity, and they pay big. So again, just my 2 cents, but I definitely would never discourage somebody from investing in sealed wax. And just for you guys that don't know what wax is a term that is synonymous with box, a sealed box. So let's see. We've talked about rookies. We've talked about the card of the day. We've talked about the experiment, which is to get $100 and turn it into a Michael Jordan rookie card, PSA 8 or better, within 90 days. You guys will have plenty of chance to learn more about me, so I don't need to talk about that. I guess one of the last questions for this opening podcast that I wanted to really tackle is this hobby currently in a bubble? You hear people talk about the prices being outrageous. Well, I've got news for you guys. Despite the fact that we're in economic turmoil, that oil is almost negative, and that because of COVID, we have an almost 20% unemployment rate. The stock market has lost years of its previous bull run. Stocks are near recession territory, if not already there, and there's so much turmoil and volatility in that. Yet, the sports card market continues to climb pretty steadily. There's cards that day after day are going up by 5%. There's cards that in a day go up 500%. And it's within these patterns, within the numbers, that is where you guys will find the answer to the flip. You have to find the patterns, then you need to find the rational and logical cause to that behavior. And it has to be before everyone else knows about it. We'll continue to do this on Sports Card Lab, but in terms of right now, what the hobby is currently looking like, I've got news for you guys. I don't think we are anywhere near the top, and I do not think we're in a bubble. If you look at the coin industry, the coin collecting industry, I mean, that industry is almost 10x what the sports card industry is. You look at the art industry, and we're talking hundreds more times what this industry is at. So when it comes to sports cards, I don't think we've seen anything yet, and I don't think any price is too ridiculous yet, unless of course you're talking about Brian Leaf or somebody like that. So thanks for watching this quick introduction. We will have a guest on our next podcast, I believe, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys and getting some of you guys on this show, and really just the art of the story, the art of the flip, incorporating those into our show. Just really stoked and honored to be able to do this. So thank you guys very much. Shout out to Josh from Cardboard Chronicles. Josh, my dad passed about 2 years ago, and for the first year I could not find a purpose, and I gotta be honest, this is what has brought meaning to my life again. And I know that could sound corny, but it's brought about friends, it's brought about a community, and it's brought about it's just been a snowball effect as far as my ability to work. And so I want to thank you, Josh. Josh is the originator when it comes to sports card podcasts. He's the OG, so go follow him at Cardboard Chronicles. That's on YouTube. Give him a thumbs up and give him a subscribe. And don't forget to subscribe to us at Sports Card Lab. We are going to do some pretty cool things coming up, and maybe even this week. So thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you guys later.